What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Today we'll be going over how you can find and unlock each of the prismatic chests located in the Pale Heart. Discovering and opening each of these chests will reward all of the remaining prismatic fragments that you're still missing out on. Most of these chests will not become available until you have already completed the campaign. Some of these are spread out across the Pale Heart's free roam area, while others are hidden in places that you'd never think to look for. So let's get started. And we start with the Facet of Honor. This is one of several fragments that are connected to the many events that are scattered across the Pale Heart. In each area, there are these corrupted chests, and each of them activate a different activity. Some of these may require you to run through orange beams. Some will have you destroy objects, and others will have you defeat certain enemies. Completing these tasks within the given time frame rewards a blue item called Memory Vestiges, and once you've obtained 3 of these, you will receive a legendary item called Memory of the Divisive Darkness. Once you have this darkness memory, you'll need to head over to the impasse, and you can now mark the location of this prismatic chest through your director, and it's going to be found in the Divide. It will take a few minutes to get there, so be prepared to do some running. Facet of Solitude is our next fragment. This is another fragment that will need you to complete many events by using those corrupted chests. After completing 3 of these and acquiring the Memory Vestiges, you'll receive another Divisive Darkness memory. And this one's going to send you to the impasse, but this time you'll be staying within the impasse to get the Facet of Solitude. Next up, we've got the Facet of Generosity. This facet is one of a few that can be obtained through the Cyst missions. As you complete these activities, you'll come across certain enemies that will drop memory vestige lights. These are going to be enemies like ogres and wizards. You can obtain these through any of the Cyst missions. You will need to collect 10 of these in total, and once you have 10, they will be converted into a single legendary item. And for the Facet of Generosity, you'll be getting the Memory Blooming of Light. Once you've received this item, you'll need to head over to the Blooming Patrol area, where you'll locate the prismatic chest behind the big silver tree in the center. Facet of Awakening is our next fragment. This is another fragment that will require you to push into those Cyst missions, and this time you'll be after the memory refractions of light. Once you have that, you'll need to head over to the Blooming. Be sure to track the location of the ghost within the director, and then head on over to the Refraction, where you'll find the next prismatic chest chilling on top of some trees. Up next is the Facet of Dominance, another fragment that will start with assist missions, but this time you'll be after the Seclusions of Light Memory. And once you've obtained it, you'll need to head over to the Blooming, and then go down to the Seclusion. You'll find this next prismatic chest tucked away next to the waterfall, over at Zavala's old house.
Spike in enemy activity. They're rerouting to your location.
Up next, we have the Facet of Bravery. This facet will be located in the Ascent mission, which is the 5th in the final shape lineup. You'll have to get through the first few segments of this mission, but once you've gotten to the Divide, you'll need to be on the lookout for a broken airplane. And once you've found that, look down to the cliffside, and you'll find that next prismatic chest and the Facet of Bravery.
Oh, I felt it too, okay. That's the Traveler. The witness is digging around in its guts. Good. Here. I need backup. Girl wants to talk about how wonderful it is that the Traveler brought me back. Like Ikora hasn't done enough of that already. It wasn't the Traveler. It was me. I wished my way here on an Ahamkara. On an Ahamkara? The dragon that twists wishes and dreams into waking nightmares? What the hell made you think that was a good idea? We were out of options. I remember thinking that I wanted to do this because I had to make things right. And just before I took the plunge, I remember thinking about the Great Gate 6. No light, no ghost. Fearlessly staring up at me from the wrong side of his own gun. And there you were. And there I was. I should have told you sooner. No, you did the right thing keeping this between us. Ikora and Zavala can't know the truth. Not right now. They need faith. Right. And I need a drink. Go on, Artie. I just... These Vex are followers of the Witness. It's all Divisive. The same zealots from the Black Garden. I know all about the Black Garden. Are you sure you don't want to talk about why you're back? The why doesn't matter. Never did. Just stay focused and clear path at the mountain.
Facet of Devotion will be found in the Descent mission, and to obtain this one, you'll need to get to the end of the mission. This is going to be after you defeat the boss, and you're having to run out of the area. Once you get past the first 2 acolytes, go straight back to the wall, and you'll find the next prismatic chest just chilling here behind the pillar. We've got the Facet of Sacrifice, and this is another chest found within the final shape missions. And this one's going to be in the final mission. To get to this one, you'll need to make your way past the ogre fight. Afterwards, you'll traverse into the Witness's monolith. And once you get to a Cabal Warhound, make an immediate left turn. In the hallway, there will be a hidden corridor that will reveal the next prismatic chest and the Facet of Sacrifice. Up next is the Facet of Judgement. This facet will be found out of the Refracting Prismatic chest, and this will be found in the cave system to the north of the landing. Once you've gone into the blue crystal room, you'll need to grab the solar crystal, and you'll need to dunk it at different totems, and these totems will be found across the room. After you've picked up the crystal, you'll see those lanterns have matching rune symbols, and you'll need to dunk this crystal into totems that match the first 3 sets of runes, which are on the ground level. So what you'll need to do is identify which of those symbols you need, and then grab the crystal. Doing this as a team will make it much easier, but as a solo player, you can just go around to the top section and look across the room to see what each of the totem symbols are. The Facet of Command is up next. This fragment will be found out of the divided prismatic chest, which is rewarded after completing a special event within the divide. To get to where you need to be, go to the impasse and then head down to the car highway. Go through the door and this is going to take you to the divide. As you get into the frozen walkways, you'll discover a small room to the left, and within this room you'll find 2 generators and a scorch cannon. Use the scorch cannon to destroy nearby stasis crystals. Once the crystals have been destroyed, they'll create batteries, and you'll need to take those batteries and return them to the generators. Once the generators have been filled up, enemies will spawn in. Defeat all the enemies, including the bigger mini-bosses. Once they've been defeated, the next prismatic chest will be in the hallway. Up next, we have the Facet of Defiance. To get this fragment, you'll need to head over to the impasse and go towards the Transgression. As you make your way through the Transgression, you'll find a large cave area that requires you to shoot those seeds of light so that you don't take any damage. You'll find a resonant stem marker that will start an event where you'll need to defeat 3 waves of enemies and the Tormentor at the end. Shoot each of the Blight Eyes to damage these enemies, and once all 3 waves are over with, you'll have your next prismatic chest. Next, we have the Facet of Grace. To get this fragment, you'll need to head over towards the outskirts of the Lost City. Once you get into this area, there will be 3 different sections. You'll need to defeat all of the enemies in each of those sections until the omens arrive, and this will pop up as flavor text on the bottom left of your screen. Once you do see that, go towards the middle of the area, and this is where the omens will spawn in. When the omens spawn in, they will bring more ads, and after you've defeated all of the enemies within this area, the new prismatic chest will be yours. The chest itself will be located in the far right, inside of a building on the 1st floor. Up next, we have the Facet of Mending, and this is our final fragment. This fragment is locked inside the Overgrown chest, and that will be found in the outskirts of the Lost City. And to open this chest, you will need to locate a series of lost ghosts, which will lead you to the edges of the outskirt, where you'll end up having to fight a few waves of enemies and a boss. But once you've defeated those enemies, you'll receive the Overgrown Prismatic Key, granting you access to the Prismatic Chest and the Facet of Mending. And with that, we've now covered where to locate each of the prismatic chests that reward you with all of the prismatic fragments. If you continue to have any issues getting any of these, be sure to sound off in the comments below. Otherwise, I wish you all the best and luck in getting all of these fragments, and I hope you're enjoying everything with Final Shape so far. Let me know what your impressions have been, and what you're enjoying the most. Let us know down in the comments below. And thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. If you're a new Light Guardian, just starting your journey, or a battle-hardened veteran, just looking for a new home, then be sure to check out the Discord link in the description below, and join one of the greatest communities in all of Destiny. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.